Hello guys. Good evening. Am I audible? Guys, quickly confirm. Is that my voice is clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So this is your first day session, right? Okay. If you ask me like what I'm going to cover, part of this session. So right, whenever you join any session, first day, maybe we will talk about what we are going to cover, right? It's a syllabus, the curriculum that we need to understand first. So if we don't know the syllabus, we don't have any roadmap, right? For that reason, today one and only I'm going to talk about what I will cover part of this session. So if you ask me what is the session all about? Yes, AWS with the DevOps. It's a cloud computing along with the DevOps. So I will cover both. For cloud computing, there are different, services available. Like AWS, you can go for. It's one of the cloud computing or cloud platform. And we have an Azure and Google Cloud and all. But what I will cover, which is AWS, Amazon Web Service, again, around 70% market, they require AWS people. I am also going to take AWS session. And along with it, we are going to learn a certain tool with respect to DevOps, like based on the demand in the market, right? So it's a AWS with DevOps, a master program. So if you ask me how many months that we need to have for completing the session, right? So any session, it should have the end also. The same way, what is the duration? So the duration is 3.5 months, guys. Maybe I can tell plus or minus 10 days. Plus or minus 10 days. But we required 3.5 months in order to complete the complete session. AWS with DevOps, including today. Right? So what I planned actually. There are 4 important modules I have planned, part of this session. 4 important modules. The module number 1, of course, I'm going to take the AWS session. I have to cover different services, AWS services. We have EC2, EBS, EFS. There are different number of stuffs are available, different services are available as part of your Amazon Web Service, as part of your cloud computing, that I'm going to cover. This is the module number 1. This is very, very important. If you are dealing with the DevOps, without cloud, we cannot deal it, right? So first of all, you should have some kind of infrastructure. Then only you can able to configure your tools and all. DevOps is nothing but development plus operation. But if you need to understand the DevOps, first thing is you need the AWS services, right? So that I will cover initially. So minimum I need around 1 month in order to complete this syllabus. At least I need 1 month to complete your AWS. At least, I'm saying at least. It is more than 1 month only. It is not lesser than 1 month. My session all about, right, Monday to Saturday. Every day you have a session. Monday to Saturday, minimum you have 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes. Every day you have a 1 hour 15 minutes. But today I'm going to take only 40 minutes. But tomorrow onwards, it should be 1 hour 15 minutes. Your session will be. So module number 1, what I'm going to cover? I'm going to cover AWS, Amazon Web Service, where we are going to learn different services, different features. If you ask me what is the module number 2, the module number 2, we are going to cover DevOps. DevOps I'm going to cover. At least I need again 1 month in order to complete your DevOps tools. There are different tools that we are going to learn here. Like Git is one of the tools. Maven is another tool. Jenkins is another tool. Terraform, it is one more tool. Ansible, I'm going to cover. Kubernetes and Docker, yes, we need to learn. So like that, we are going to cover different tools. Maybe minimum I can cover 12 tools. That's guaranteed. I have to cover this in module number 2. Yes, CloudFormation, SLK, ELK, those kind of monitoring tools also we will cover as part of this session. Fine. This is my module number 2. And the module number 3, even though I have covered AWS and DevOps in the interview, most of the time you will expect the question from Linux. They will ask you different Linux command, which is part of your AWS and DevOps. Parallelly, I will cover Linux command with respect to AWS DevOps also. Separately, we can have 5-hour session with respect to your Linux command. We'll try to understand different Linux basics. We will try to understand different Linux commands that we will learn as part of this session. It is very, very important with respect to interview point of. If you go for real time, you can put it in Google. You can able to get the commands and all. But at the time of interview, people might ask, hey, can you tell me if you want to copy one file from one place to another place, which Linux command you will use it? Like that, they will ask you multiple questions, right? So module number 3, we are going to focus on Linux basics. And earlier, company and all, they have used what? They have used the shell scripting. But here in the today market, most of the company, they are using the Python scripting. They are not going for spell shifting at all. It is very not maintainable. That much portable it is not. That's the reason the company, they moved from shell scripting to Python scripting. So I'm also going to cover the Python command. So at least 15 hours, we will talk about the Python also. It is very, very added advantage if you ask me in the real time. Because in the real time, people always will expect, hey, is it you have any programming language knowledge? At least you have 6 month experience on programming language. And most of the time, right, I see in the market also when people they go for AWS with DevOps, they are telling, right, you don't record any programming language. I'm also saying the same thing. You don't record any programming, but you should know basic Python, basic Linux. If you have that knowledge, your resume will speak a lot. Your resume, right, always plays a vital role at the time of attending the interview. So for that reason, module 3 and module 4, I'm going to cover Linux and Python. But what is my main focus? AWS with DevOps. So in module number 5, we will have at least 4 project sessions. Some project we can pick it with respect to some platform. That we can integrate all the DevOps tool and we will work on top of AWS. We will connect the monitoring tool. We will connect the version control system. We can connect the CI/CD and we can manage the configuration with the help of Ansible. And we can have the Terraform for infrastructure as a code. Like that, we can utilize the multiple tools in order to do, like, at least we will do the 4 project session. That way, at the time of interview, people might ask, hey, can you tell me, can you explain our project? You have to give some answer, right? For that, we are going for module number 5. But if you need more project, yeah, we will allocate also, but at least we will try to cover 4 projects as part of your AWS DevOps Cloud Computing syllabus. Right. So the finally, module number 6, we will take interview preparation session. Interview preparation session. Even though we have covered the different number of topics, parallelly I will tell you what are the questions that you can expect at the time of interview also. In real time, what are the questions that mostly used? That and all parallelly I will tell. But at the end of the session, we should understand mostly what kind of question you can expect at the time of interview. Some people they will tell, can you how to increase the volume inside your AWS? Immediately you have to give some answer. Then previously, if you know that question, you can easily prepare it on the basis of that one. So for that module number 6, we can focus one and only interview preparation session. What kind of question you can expect, and we can have some kind of a mock interview also parallel. And finally, we will go ahead and prepare your resume, and I will tell you how you can approach different job portal. How you can approach a different job portal, how you can schedule the interview, how you can put the experience document, everything. Maybe if you are the fresher, how you can deal with this one. And if you already have an experience, how we can deal this one. Or suppose if you are going to put some kind of experience document, how we can deal. Those kind of things, maybe we can, at least we can spend 5 hours of time to understand individually. I will try to understand you guys. Again, guys, remember, I need your support. I need at least 3.5 months in order to complete this session. So, part of this session, every day you will get the recording also. You will get the recordings. No need to worry. You will get the complete support, the lifetime support with respect to the recording. Either I will provide an access in TeachMeet. I know, right? Few of you guys already logged into TeachMeet. The same where you can find the recording. The same recording will be uploaded into YouTube also. And the private, link also will be shared. Private access will be given to you. You guys can able to access that YouTube link also. That's a live session. And part of this session, every day, we will produce some task. Once I complete some session, I will provide you a task. You have to parallel solve a task. Okay? Any questions so far? Your syllabus, I already remembered, I think in your group itself, we posted the syllabus also. You just go through those syllabus, but this is a high level idea. So next 2.5 months, 3.5 months, what we are going to cover, this is the complete plan actually we have. But in that, if you have any question, you can ask me. Abu, Anita, Chinnapayan, Jaya, any questions so far? Everyone? If you have any question, you can ask me with respect to the syllabus. If you don't have any question, directly I can move to the topic.
Bro, how about Kubernetes? Will it be covered?
Yes, it will be covered DevOps. Under the DevOps, it will be covered, Anita.
Okay.
It will be covered. Kubernetes as part of your syllabus. Docker and Kubernetes we will cover.
But that was not mentioned in the syllabus. That is why I'm asking.
Aditya, I think that's the old syllabus they shared, but my syllabus is different actually. I will cover the Kubernetes as well. No need to worry.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, hi. In the syllabus, Terraform is also not included.
Yes, I think that's the old syllabus they have shared. Maybe I will send my syllabus actually. No need to worry. I will put it in WhatsApp. Okay.
Yes, please, bro.
Yeah,
That would be a
sure.
great help.
Sure.
Yeah.
Today I will send you. No need to worry. Actually, that's the old syllabus. I think admin team they have shared. I will send you the updated syllabus. In that, it will include Terraform and Kubernetes as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes. Yep. So if you have any question, you can ask me, guys, with respect to the syllabus. Fine. So today, 9:30, I do have a session, another session actually. So before that, today, we will take one topic because it's a demo, right? You need to understand first how I'm taking the session. If you have any feedback, you have to give it. That way only we can proceed tomorrow, right? So syllabus, maybe we can put it somewhere, but now we will start one topic. So the first topic I'm going to talk about what is meant by cloud computing. Yes, sir. This is the high level word. It is used in everywhere. What is cloud computing? So what is meant by cloud computing? If you ask me, what is cloud? First of all, you have to understand. Right? Before understanding the cloud computing, you should understand what is cloud. Why do we need to go for cloud? What is the purpose of cloud? Why are we going for cloud? Right? So why cloud actually? Why in the market, everyone they are saying cloud, cloud, cloud. Earlier, what we did, today what we are doing, that we need to understand. So in order to understand this one, first of all, you all should consider you guys as a kind of entrepreneur. Like you are the businessman. Like suppose you are the businessman and the same time consider like same time you are the designer also, or consider like you are the developer. Consider like you are the designer, you are the software developer, like that you can consider anything. What the task is, you are going to start one business, maybe which business? Maybe you are going to start one hotel business, you are going to start one restaurant, or you are going to start one e-commerce platform. Right? Different e-commerce platforms are available. Flipkart, Amazon, right? Mintra, eBay, like that we have a different e-commerce platforms are there, right? Now, you have a lot of money. What you are going to do, you are going to invest on some platform, in e-commerce platform. But before that, what you need, if you want to do the e-commerce or online shopping, you need a website, right? Yes or no? Without a website, can I able to? No, it is not at all possible. So what you are doing, you are going to design one website or web-based application. You are going to design one website or web-based application. Like that application name is something, maybe www dot something, maybe example.com. I'm not sure what kind of business it is, but it's e-commerce platform. For that, you are developing one URL and you have done all the things. Kind of Flipkart and kind of Amazon, you have developed one application also. Right? Now, you have written the code. Some piece of code you have written with the help of some programming language. Consider like you have written the Java code, Spring Boot, Hibernate, all the technology you have used and you have developed an application. Now the problem is the customer, they have to use that application, right? Yes or no? Now you have an application. Further, you have written the code also, but where is the application? When you type www.example.com, when you press enter, you have to see the application, right? For that, what immediately you have to do? If you have written the code and the code is available in the form of some kind of WAR file, consider like it is available in the form of some kind of WAR file, and this WAR file, you have to deploy it somewhere, right? That is nothing but a server. Where is the server? Without server, customer can able to see the application? No. Yes or no? You need at least a Tomcat server. You need at least one public server, an open source server. Where if you host your code, if you deploy your code, then only what will happen? The customer, they can able to see the application. Without server, no one can able to see the application. Yes or no? Suppose, consider, You have your own e-commerce platform and you have written the code. It's perfectly working. Now what you are doing? Hey, I'm going to watch this application. For that, maybe consider I have a server. Suppose you have a two server. I have a two server. This is one server and I have, okay, I have one more server also. You have a two server now. This two server can have the capacity to handle, maybe 100 customers. Can have the capacity to handle how many customers? 100 customers, 100 users. Now this e-commerce application is hosted in two servers, maybe server number 1 and server number 2. This is my server number 1 and this is my server, okay, server number 2. I have a two server, server number 1 and server number 2. Now how many customers they are using? 100 users, 100 customers they are using this particular application. It is perfectly working fine, no issues on that. It's working fine. Super. They can able to order the product and all. They can do the checkout, everything. They can able to access the application. Now suddenly what happened, right? Your application reached a wide customer. It is reached actually 1 million customers. All the customer, they are happy with your application. They're happy with this www.example.com. Suddenly what happened, right? Your customer rate is increased from 100 user to 1 million. This is what happened actually. Your customer, number of customer increased from 1 million to 100 user to maybe consider like 1 million, 100K. Now you got 100K, consider like what happened? Bullets. Now you have 1 lakh customer. When I say 1 lakh customer, like 100K customer. I have 100K customer. See, I have developed my application that is hosted into two servers. This has the capacity to satisfy the 100 users. But suddenly what happened? The count is increased. The load is increased from 100 user to 100,000 users. Will the server can able to handle this problem? Server can able to handle this capacity? Server can able to handle this customer? No, right? It is not at all possible. This server is the design in such a way that to handle the 100 users. But suddenly, if your load is increased, you are happy. As you are the businessman, you are happy. But your server is not enough, right? Your server capacity, your server power is not able to cope up with that 100,000 users. In that case, what will happen? Definitely, your server will be cached. Yes or no? Your server will be crashed. That's the problem, right? Because your user is increased from 100 to 100,000. It is unacceptable and it is uncountable. It is very difficult, right, to handle. Yes or no? For that reason, every IT company, they came into a word called what? Data centers. They introduced a new word called data centers. When I say data centers, data center is nothing but a group of servers. Data centers is nothing but group of servers, or we can call it as data servers. Sometimes it's also called as on-premises. You people, seen this word a lot, right? On-premise, data center. Here they have allocated the group of servers. Suppose if you are customer count is increased, in order to cope up with that, we need the multiple servers. See, definitely you have seen like this in different movie, definitely you have seen like this. See, if I go to this images, like that you have seen, right? They have to buy some land where they have to keep a multiple server. For that, they have to give the different electricity, cooling system, maintenance people. This is called local data center on premises. So whatever the data that e-commerce application record, where it will be stored? It will be stored on top of this server only. This is called as a local or mini data centers. Based on the company capacity, based on the company usage, based on the company requirement, they will go for this kind of data centers. They will go for this kind of on-premises server. Yes or no? Now, what is the problem with this approach? Yes, we have a data center, right? When the user is increased, they can go for the data center. But there are plenty of problems, right? If you are running a IT company, Suppose that application used by today, 1 lakh people. For that, you need a number of servers, right? Yes or no? Then definitely you have to spend a lot of money. Yes or no? Initially itself, you have to spend a lot of money. What will happen to expenditure? Yes or no? Initial itself, you have to pay lot of money with respect to your initial cost. The initial cost, you have to spend a lot. Initial cost, you have to spend a lot, right? In order to make this data center, you have to buy a lot of data center. For that, you have to have some relationship with what? Relationship with some vendor. Suppose if you are buying the 1,000 server, one server considered like it's a 50,000 rupees, 1,000 service server, what will happen? There are a lot of money out to invest. I'm not saying it, I'm giving some random number. We are not sure with that. If you go for a big company like Infosys, Accenture, maybe a Capgemini, those company and all, if they need the local data center, they have to invest a lot of money, right? Yes or no? If we need the local data center. So it's the biggest pain. Earlier days, 10 years back, every company, there is no term called cloud. That time what they have done? They made a local data centers. They bought the different or multiple servers from the vendors and they will install it in their place. The second one is, suppose, yes, of course, I can pay a lot of money. I have done all, I bought all the servers. But the second problem is, we need a land, right? Yes or no? We need a place where you can place the servers and all. Definitely you need some place where you should make some kind of infrastructure. Where you should make some kind of infrastructure, then only you can place all your server. Is that right or not? Without a place, can I able to place the servers? It is not at all possible. Then you need a place where you have to place your servers. That's the second problem if you go for data center. It is a problem for IT company. What is the third one? Any question? Any question? No. Okay. The third problem. Okay, you have a data center. And what about the maintenance cost? For the data center, for the server, you have to provide the good electricity. Exactly. You have to provide the good cooling system also. And along with that, 20 or 30 people, they have to doing the maintenance work also. If you go for Infosys and all, they have a local data center. How they are managing? They are going the electricity. Even, you know, the COVID situation, see, all people are working from home. But still the maintenance people, they are working in the Infosys company in order to manage their data center. In order to manage, in order to provide the proper electricity. Otherwise, you know, whatever the money they have invested, it's completely gone. After 3 years or 4 years, employees coming to the office, they have to work. But what will happen? If they are not giving the proper maintenance, everything is gone. Yes or no? So the maintenance cost with respect to your cooling system or electricity, who will take care? Who will take care? For that also you have to invest a lot of money. The fourth problem, suppose consider like today 100K users are there and my servers is enough today, but day after tomorrow or maybe next year or maybe suddenly, you know, our load is increased from 100K to 1000K, 1 million to 10 million, 10 million to 100 million. If huge amount of customer that we are getting, every company goal is that one, right? What the company goal? We need more customer, we need more profit. But your load is suddenly increased. But you already made one infrastructure only for what? 100K customer only. But suddenly if it is increased means, can I able tomorrow itself, can I able to fix all this problem? Can I able to make more number of server in my place? It is not at all possible, right? Again, I have to invest 6 months or 1 year time. Then only I can buy the land. I can make some local data center. I should have the contract with the server people or maybe the vendor people. Again, it is not going to happen in overnight. What should I do? 6 months or 1 year. Again, I have to plan and I have to make some local or mini data center and I have to satisfy the customer after 6 months. Yes or no? This is also another problem. The time to build the data center, it is not 1 day, it is not 2 days. It at least like 3 months or 6 months based on your infrastructure. based on your requirement. See, suppose everything we are thinking like increasing, the load is increasing 100, 100,000, and then 1000K, like that we are thinking. What if my load is suddenly decreased? What if it is decreased from 100K to 100 to 1%? Is it also possible, right? In business, in COVID and all, how the company happened, all these things are happened, right? The same way, if what suddenly my load decreased, but I made the infrastructure, still it is working. We cannot stop the infrastructure and all. 24 customers, it should work. Yes or no? I cannot stop. There is no button like we can able to stop. Am I correct or not? Now, if my load is decreased, what will happen? I will waste a lot of money. I have done multiple servers here. All the resources got waste. Then I'm not able to save the money, right? Yes or no? I'm not saving the cost here. So another problem is scalability problem. It's called scalability. See, when load is increased, suddenly if load is increased, what I need to do? I need to increase the servers, right? I have to increase the servers. So if I increase the server, 1 minute. Definitely, it will take some time, right? Yes or no? It will take some time. Again, I have to invest more money here. I have to invest more money and I have to wait certain period of time. I need a place also, everything. But what if my load is decreased? What if my load is decreased? Again, I have to reduce the server, but it is not at all possible. We cannot reduce the server at all. It means that we are wasting our resources. Wasting our resources. Here there is no costing. No costing. So here downtime, more downtime. Yes, or no? When load is increased, my server is not able to satisfy the customer, what will happen? The company, they will face the downtime. Tell me guys, any company, if they are facing some downtime, is it profit or loss? It is a loss, right? Any company, if they're facing the downtime, means what? Loss. They are not able to provide the availability. It's called low availability. Yes or no? Every company, what they will expect? The customer, we have to provide the high availability, right? For the customer, we have to provide high availability. What is mean by high availability? What is high availability? What do you think? What is high availability? Sorry? We cannot give, yes, we cannot give that no failures. Can we say no failure? It's high availability, but it is not, it is possible. Is it possible? It is 100%. Can I say no failures? But not at all possible. We are living in the world, right? Always there is a buggy. There is a small kind of bug. But what I can say, if it is high available now, whenever the customer expect my application, that time immediately I have to give the application. Yes or no? So it means that we have to reduce as much as we can. We can reduce the downtime as much as we can. Not zero, but we have to reduce as much as we can. That is called as high availability. Don't tell at the time of interview, high availability means 24 customers. It is not at all possible. High availability means no failure. It is not at all possible. But we are aiming, but it won't possible. So as much as we can reduce the downtime, small downtime, very minimal downtime. It is nothing but high availability. Always, when the customer they expect to use the application, we have to allow. That is called as high availability. So far, whatever that I said, right? It is your problem with the data centers, local data center. Earlier, 10 years back, every company they have faced this kind of problem. One is the initial cost. Second one is they need a place. Third one is they have to invest a lot of money for maintenance. Fourth one is time. Fifth one is scalability. So this problem is going to eliminate by some Superman. Who is that Superman? Which is the cloud computing. So cloud today, in the market, they are doing this work very fantastic. So there are different cloud providers are there. In that, an example is AWS, Azure, and different cloud providers. Maybe I can take GCP, Google Cloud. But who is top? Which is AWS. AWS is nothing but Amazon Web Service. It is one of the cloud actually. It is one of the cloud provider in the market. It has more than 200 services. Right? It has more than around 30 regions. There are different, okay, that and all we will see practically, that way we will understand. But as of now, whatever the problem that I mentioned in cloud computing, how it is solved in your AWS. The first problem is the data center. What is the first problem? You remember? The first problem is we spent initial cost, lot of money, right, for capital expenditure in order to make all the server in particular place. You have to invest a lot of money. For that, you should have a good contract with the vendors, third-party people. So here, if you go for cloud, if you go for Amazon Web Service, here you are paying per usage. It means that you are not buying the server. Here you are rent out the server. Basically, you will rent out the server. Suppose my company asked me some task. They asked me to come to, or maybe company asked me some task. What they are saying, right? Hey, for next 6 months, or not 6 months, for next 3 days, you have some task in AWS. Right? You have some task in AWS. Or what they are saying, right? For next 3 days, you have to develop this particular application. They are saying, right, you need to use only a Ubuntu laptop. But what happened, right? I don't have Ubuntu software. Immediately, what I can do? I can go to the cloud, where I can rent out the server. Suppose for there is a work they have given from the company and they are asking me to come USA. Can I go to USA and buy the land and I can build the house? No, right? It's only for 3 months. So why should I buy the land? Why should I construct a building for 3 months? What I can do? I can rent out some hotel, right? Where I can stay? Yes or no? It means that we are paying only rent. We are not constructing the building. The same way in AWS also, what you can do? Only for usage, you can get the server. Very, very minimal cheap cost. It means that here you no need of initial infrastructure. Directly you can go to the AWS and you can buy the some servers. You are paying only for usage. Suppose today 24 hours. And you are going to work 8 hours only. For that 8 hours only you are going to pay. Not for 24 hours like a local data center. Are you getting my point? So but this is the first advantage of your cloud. Here you are going to pay for only usage. You are going to not buy the entire server. You are going to buy or you are going to rent out the server. Are you clear with this? This is the first advantage with respect to AWS. What is my second advantage, AWS? The second, what I said, I need the place, right? I need a place, I need a land. But here, whatever the server that we are going to buy, it is a virtual server. It is a virtual server, it is not a physical server. AWS, they have their own physical server. But what I am going to buy? I am going to get the virtual server, right? So is it required in any place? Do I need any land for virtual server? No need, right? For virtual server, why should I need the land? Why should I have the place? Why should I need the collection? Location, that is not required. So that's the second advantage, because here we are going to get the rent out the server, which is virtual, not a physical. Then we no need of land, we no need of place, we no need of location, as like your data centers. The third one is maintenance costs. Am I going to take care of the electricity? Am I going to take care of the cooling system? For my laptop, I need electricity. For my laptop, I need a cooling system. That's enough. For entire infrastructure, I no need to provide the electricity. That all AWS how to worry. Why should I worry? AWS, they will give the electricity and cooling system for their own physical server. but I'm going to buy the virtual server. Why should I worry about this electricity and cooling system and all? I'm not going to worry, right? Here also it is a virtual. Then here also I don't need to worry about the maintenance cost. The fourth one is time. See, in AWS, to buy one instance, 2 minutes is enough. To buy one server, 2 minutes is enough. Within your 2 minutes, you can buy the server. But if you go with, you should have the proper network connectivity. But if you go with a local data center, if you want to have 100 servers, how long it will take? 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, based on request, we are not sure. But in AWS, we are going to rent out the server, which is a virtual server. For that, how long it will take? More than not 2 minutes. So 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Within a fraction of minutes, you can get the server. Yes or no? So here, in a minute, you can get the server. If you are good in doing the hands-on, in a minute, what you can do? You can get the server from the AWS, right? What is that? Next is scalability problem. When the load is increased, downtime. When the load is decreased, there is no cost saving. But if you go with the AWS, if you buy the servers here, automatically the scalability will be taken care. Suppose suddenly 100 to 100K, dynamically who will allocate the server? AWS will allocate the server. Suppose 100K to 100, who will reduce the server? Who will take away your server? AWS will take care. So there is no scalability problem also here. Auto scaling. It provides auto scaling based on your use case, based on your requirement. Automatically, the server will be allocated. Automatically, it will destroy the servers. That's the advantage if you go with the AWS. So these are the few benefits. Why the people they are switching from the data center to cloud. These are the major reason. But still we have many points. But I'm saying these are the major reason we are switching from your data center to what? AWS or cloud computing. Guys, this is your time. If you have any question with respect to the problem with the data center and the advantage, if you go with the cloud, you can ask now. Any question?
Yeah, hi. Actually, as you said, like pay per usage, right?
Yes.
So can you hear me?
Yes, I can able to hear you.
Yeah, thanks. So pay per usage is like, once we deploy our website or some data, so it will be there forever, right? So then definitely we have to pay for like still till what time we have our website or web page, whatever saved data. So that time we have to pay.
Exactly, but sometimes we will give kind of a demo. Sometimes we will work on. We will currently develop any application. That time and all, we are going to pay only for usage.
Okay. Right. If the website or if the whatever we have deployed, it is permanent, then we have to
Yes,
pay permanently. Like
exactly. But initially itself, you should have some kind of contract. Again, Jaya. So if you go for AWS, there are different pricing options are available. We have a reserved pricing. We have a dedicated host, Spark instances and all. What will happen, right? Suppose for an example, if your application is going to stay for 1 to 3 years, for that we are giving around 70% discount. But if you go for again Spot instance, they are giving around 90% discount. Like that, there are different pricing options. As of now, we have done only the basic introduction. Yes, we have a different pricing option based on the company requirement. They will pay, they will get the more discount from it. Again, it is very minimal cost. So if you go for local data center, suppose like 100 rupees you are paying. But if you go with the AWS, only 50 paisa or 1 rupee you will invest. That's the major difference between the data center and AWS.
okay.
Different pricing options are available for your information. So the pricing option, when we start the session, we are going to learn.
Okay.
So if you want to understand that one, I will tell you, see pricing option. Suppose if we take one services, maybe easy to, and if you go here, so they have given different pricing option. See, we have an on demand, we have a spot instance. In that you will get around 90% of discount. Again, if you go for saving plan, here you will get the 70% discount. And for dedicated host only, you will have some more money. So like that, we have a different pricing option. Once we start our session, we'll try to understand one by one.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. I got it.
Any other question, guys? Till here? What's the problem with the local data center? Why are we going for AWS? So, any question here? All right. So, yes. So I planned today only 40 minutes. So I have given some introduction for you guys. So tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards, the session will be at least 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes, just to plan it. So this recording I will send you guys. You just to go through this recording also. So if you want. So apart from this, we'll start from tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to talk about like what is the different scaling available, and along with that we will start the introduction part with respect to AWS and all. So thanks for your time. So I will ping my mobile number in the chat box. You just take my number, and my name is Dinesh Kumar. So and my institute name is Oranium Tech. So if you have any question with respect to AWS, DevOps, or along with any question, so whatever it might be like, you can just reach out to me. This is my WhatsApp number and contact number also. So anytime you can reach out to me, right? We'll see tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dinesh.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you.